Hi, my name is Amar. In this video, I will discuss how to use custom loader with state mixin in GetX. If you are not using any loader, by default, circular progress indicator will be displayed. In this particular video, I will discuss how to customize that. And to do that, here I have created this project. As you can see, I have created this project custom simmer loader state mixin Flutter GetX by using the getCli tool. Okay. Now, after creating the project in the pubspec.yaml file, I have taken some dependencies. As you can see here, I have taken the dependency as skeletons. I have taken the dependency cached network image. Okay. Now, after taking these dependencies, I have synchronized my project. Now, I will display some data from the API, and the API which I will use is this one. Okay. This will list a number of popular TV shows, okay, and I will display this data in my app, right? To do that, what I have done, I have created a model based on this JSON response. Now, how to create the model that I have discussed in my GetX playlist, right? Now, here, if you can see in the data inside the model folder, I have created this TV show model. And this contain the entire model data, right? Now, inside the providers folder, this provider is inside data folder. I have created a file named as API provider. Now, if I go to this file, then you can see this class API provider is extending getConnect. Here I have initialized the base URL from where I will retrieve the data. Now, in the constructor of the class, here I have written http client.base URL equals to app base URL, and the default content type is application JSON, right? After that, here I have created a function named as getTVShow, which will return a future of TV show model. This is the model which I have created as I discussed earlier, okay? Now, this function is taking a parameter named as page. The data type of this parameter is string. This function is async. Now, inside the try block, here I have written await get app base URL plus page. This means here it will retrieve the detail based on the page number. If response.status has error, then it will return future.error, and after that in response.status text, okay. And if there is no error, then in the else part, here I have written TV show model from JSON. This is a function which has been there inside the TV show model class. Okay, here you will get this function. Let me show you. This is the function TV show model from JSON, right? And to this function, I am passing the response.body string. This means I am passing this particular response which has been selected here, right? And in the catch block, here I have written future.error, and I will pass exception.toString, right? Now, after that, here you can see inside the modules home, inside the home folder, here I have created another file named as TV show repository. Okay, if I go to this file, then you can see here I have created a class, right? And inside this class, here I have used the API provider. After that, this is the constructor of the class, and to this constructor, here I have passed this .api provider. And after that, here I have created this getTVShow function, which will take the page number, and inside this function I am calling API provider.getTVShow. This is the function which I have created inside the API provider, right? Now, I will move to the bindings. Now, in the home binding, here what I will do, to this home controller, I will use this TV show repository, and after that, here I will pass API provider, right? Now, I will move to the home controller. Now, in the home controller, here I will write the code, okay? What I will do is that it will extend with state mixin, and to this state mixin, here I will pass list of TV show, okay? This will be another angular bracket. From where I am getting this TV show? This TV show is actually present inside TV show model. Let me show you. If I go here, then you can see this TV show class has been created inside TV show model, right? Now, in this home controller, here I will use TV show repository, okay? TV show repository. After that, here I will use this home controller. I will create the constructor of the home controller class, and to this I will pass this .tv show repository, right? Now here I will create a list of TV show, lst of TV shows equals to, I will initialize it with a blank array. Now in the onReady method, here I will call a method getTV show. This method I will create below. So here I will create the method. I will write void getTV show. I will declare this method as async, and this will be the body, right? Inside the body, here I will use a try catch block, right? Now inside this try block, here I will use change, which is provided by the state mixing. Here I will pass null, and in the status here I will pass rx status dot loading. Okay, this means initially when the API will be called, it will take some time to load the data. Till then this loading will be displayed. Now what will be displayed as a loader, that I will discuss later on. Okay, the spelling is wrong here, it will be changed, right? Okay, fine. Now after that, here I will use TV show repository, which I have created above, TV show repository dot, it contains the method as get TV show. Here I need to pass the page number. I will pass the page number as 1. After that, here I will use then. Now here what I will do is that here I will use curly braces, right? And here I will put a semicolon. Now here I will use lst TV shows dot clear, means whatever value is there inside the list, that will be cleared first. Okay, after that, here I will write lst TV show dot add all, and in this add all I will pass value dot TV shows. This means whatever TV shows is there, that will be retrieved from the API and it will be added to the list. Okay, now once the data has been loaded, after that I will pass the data, and to pass the data, here I will write change. And what data I will pass? I will pass the data which has been stored inside lst TV show. Okay, after that, comma, in the status I will pass rx status dot success, right? Now in the catch block, if any exception occurs, then what I will do, I will simply copy this, I will paste it here, and in status I will pass rx dot error. Okay, and to this error I will pass the exception, that is exception dot toString. Okay, and here if any kind of error occurs, at that time here I will use on error, right? Now in the on error, it will contain err. This means whatever error has been generated, that will be stored inside this err, and to this err I will use curly braces, and here also I will pass this, and instead of exception I will use err dot toString. Okay, now that's it for home controller. Now I will design the UI to display the data which has been retrieved from the API. Let me move to the home view. Now in the home view, in this scaffold here, I will use body. In the body I will write controller dot obx. Now in the state, this state will contain the data which has been passed from the home controller. This means it will contain this lst TV shows, right? where it is. Okay, now instead of null here, I will use list view dot separated. Okay, now in the item builder, or here what I can do is that here I will use padding. In the padding I will write edge insets dot only, and here I will pass top 8. Okay, and I will use separator builder here. In the separator builder I will use build context, build context comma index. Okay, and here I will return divider. Okay, and in the divider I will use the color as colors dot gray. Okay, now in the physics attribute here I will use bouncing scroll physics. Okay, and in the item count here I will write state dot length. This means whatever values is stored inside the state, this means actually in the LSTTV source, that will be the number of item count. Okay, and in the item builder here again I will use this build context. I will paste it here. I will use curly braces. Now inside this I will return a list style. Fine. In the list style I will use the leading attribute. In the leading attribute I will use a container, right? Now in the container I will use width as 100. I will use height as 100. Okay, and in the child let me put a semicolon here. I will put a semicolon here, and in the child here I will use cached network image. Now in the cached network image I will use fit. In the fit I will pass, let it be box fit dot cover. Okay, after that I will use image URL. In the image URL I will use state of index dot. Now we will get the property, I hope. Yes, we are getting the properties image thumbnail path, and I will use not null operator. Okay, and till the image is loaded I will use a placeholder. In the placeholder here I will use context comma URL. Okay, and here I will use center. In the center widget, in the child I will use circular progress indicator. This means till the image is loaded it will display the circular progress indicator, right? It is generating some error. Let me check. Image URL state of index dot this. What error we are getting? Cannot be unconditionally invoked. Here I will use state of this. Okay, now in the placeholder I have passed this. Now if any error occurs at the time of loading the image, at that time here I will use error widget. Okay, in the error widget we will use context comma URL comma error. Okay, and here I will use icon. In the icon I will pass icons dot error, and the color of the icon will be colors dot red. Fine. Now this list style has another property which is called as title. Now in the title I will use a text widget. Okay, so first of all, here what I have done, in the list style, in the leading I have displayed the image thumbnail path. This means if you go to this, then you will see here each and every TV show has a thumbnail image. That thumbnail image I have displayed. Now I will display the name, and to display the name, here I am using the title property. In the title property I have used a text widget. In the text widget, here I will write state of index. Okay, state of index dot, now I will get the property that is name. Fine, I will use a not null operator here, and in the style here I will use a text style, and in the text style I will pass the font size as, let it be 16. Fine. Now this has another property which is subtitle. In the subtitle I will just simply copy this, paste it here, and instead of name here I will display the country, and I will reduce the font size to 14. Okay, fine. Now this one controller.obx, this has another property which is on loading. Okay, so here if I use, this will be used here, I hope. Yes, on loading. Okay, now if you are not using on loading, at that time circular progress indicator will be displayed. Okay, now to change this, here I have taken the skeleton package. If you remember, in the pubspec.yaml file I have taken this skeleton package. Okay, and now I will use the skeleton package to display this on loading, and it contains a skeleton which is called as skeleton list view. Yes, skeleton list view, I will use it here. Okay, and if any kind of error occurs, then we have on error. Okay, in the on error, here I will use center widget. In the center, in the child widget, I will use text, and in the text here I will pass the error. Now from where we will get the error? Actually this on error will take this error parameter. Okay, so if you remember, in the home controller, if any error occurs, at that time we have passed this error in the rx status dot error. So this error we will retrieve, or we will get in this error parameter. Okay, and now here we can use error dot toString. Error dot toString. Fine. Now it is creating here a problem. There is a mismatch of bracket. Fine. Now if any kind of, if we are not getting any kind of data, this means if the list is empty, at that time we can use on empty as well. Okay, up to this it is okay. Now here I will do one more thing. Here I told you that here in the image it will display circular progress indicator till the image is loaded. Here I can change it as well. Instead of circular progress indicator, I will use a skeleton avatar, which is provided by that skeleton package. In the project, I will make one more change. In the API provider, instead of using app base URL here, because here I have already initialized the base URL, so there is no need to use it here. I will remove this. Now I will run the project. Now I can show you the output. Let me show you. You are getting the output. Let me run it once again. Now you will see that when the data is being loaded, at that time you can get this simmer, and once the data is loaded, at that time we are getting the actual output. Okay, this is how we can use custom loader with state mixin in GetX. I hope you have enjoyed my video. Do subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.